ODR fam. Hope everybody had a great Friday and looking forward to a long weekend. Don't forget the market is closed on Monday, at least the equities market. I need to check on futures, not sure, but regardless if it's open or not, the volume is going to be really low if it's open. So anyway, so let's talk about DR. Trying to get in a little early today so we can get the weekend started. I actually left my office early, so I forgot to come in and do my recap now. That leaving early cost me about 10 points, which we'll talk about here in a second. But all in all, a really good day. I actually started out with the London session, so this is actually London. And I am using the ESU, or the September futures now. Don't forget, today was the last day. Today was quad witchings. Today was the last day that the June futures would be in effect. So everybody should be switched over to the September ones by now. All right, so got this morning, getting ready to head to the office, and I woke up just in time, and I always look at the market when I get up to see kind of what's happened. And so, we had a pretty small range here, about 15 points or so, if that. And noticed that we had confirmed high and saw all this kind of action happening. Woke up around 6:30, so really, I got to the computer around 6:30. I shouldn't say I woke up earlier than that, but got to the computer to look at this around 6:30, and missed this one right here. Missed this move right here where, we came up, we retraced back down. So I was like, well, no biggie. I'm not gonna worry about it. And then as I'm, getting ready, I'm looking. I'm going like, well, here's another one, right? So here's another opportunity. And so I actually grabbed this, put an order in here. Now, normally my order is here on the IDR because of how it's set up, but there was, again, not a lot of room between those two, so I just ended up having an order on the DR high. So it got picked up there, and really just kind of let it play itself out for a quick 5 points. So got 5 points. Said okay, at least I'm ahead for the day, and jumped in the car and went to work. All right, so that was the London session, or the ODR session. So now that it's getting light outside, you get up early. I get up earlier in the morning, and so that was just a nice way to wake up. All right, so let's take it, and if you had played that and just kind of let it play out, you could see kind of what happened. I don't even want to talk about that. So let's talk about what happened over in the New York session, or the DR session. All right, so this was a pretty good range. I want to say we had, 94, so I think it was 24 points, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere close to 24, 25 points. So a really good range here. Now, we had this huge drop from where we ended up, the London, to where we were in New York. And so right at 9:30, we had that huge drop. Again, I'm being patient, right, following the rules, trying to make way for my setups, which is, again, what I encourage everybody to do. And so one thing that I do want you to notice, and I'm going to show you where it is. So we came down, we tested IDR low here, didn't take it out, and just bounced back off of it. We came back again, went up to this 0.5 fib, and then came back down again. So if I'm being risky, that's a potential opportunity for me to take that, and that will come back into play later on. One thing I did do, and here, we have this blue line, which is our midnight open, which we always talk about. And so midnight open is always, it tends to act as a support or a resistance. And so we had a huge drop coming down, and right when we came down to midnight, I literally just threw an order on. This was a gut 5 order for me, right? That's what I call a gut 5 order. And so I threw an order on for it to go back up because I'm expecting it to reject off of that midnight open. Beautiful, quick rejection. Didn't even take a minute. So got 5 points and got out of that trade. All right. So still not confirmed either direction yet on this candle, but again, it's just a nice way to get 5 points. And it's been a pretty good week, or decent week. I didn't trade a couple days, but the days I did trade, life was good, so I wasn't too worried about risking a few points on this side. So took that trade. Then we came back, and we finally, about 10 minutes later, we actually confirmed DR low. And now once we confirm, we're looking for that retrace. And so we did get a retrace way up here above the IDR, right, the IDR low. And so now what that means is my order on this candle, my order is placed on IDR low. And so I come and I actually get picked up on this candle, and barely got down to 5 points. And excuse me. I thought about actually just taking this off. One of the things I always do is I start moving my stop loss down, and so I did move my stop loss down to 3 points, but it actually did take me out on that 5 point move. So that was a close one, because you see what happens. It kind of started shooting up again, and so that really was a piece off of that midnight open rejection. Just had a little bit of consolidation, then it actually took back off. So that was it was a close one. I mean, I would have gotten out of that trade in profit. I would have taken at least 3 points off of that, but I was able to actually get it down to where it took me out at 5. So then I started seeing this movement happen. I'm going like, wow, well, price is moving back up. Thought this might be a turnaround, because at this point you got to remember, right? What happens once I come out of this trade, I'm looking for it to come back down and retest IDR or DR, and so at this point my order is on. At this up here, my order's on the IDR low line again, so just waiting for it to pick me back up on the way down. Okay, if that makes sense, right? But didn't get picked up. Price continues to move up, goes all the way up to this blue line, which is our 0.5 fib. Okay, that's another rung on the ladder, right? So we talked about that before. We have the DR, IDR, 0.5, DR, IDR. Those are our rungs that we look for. So once we get up here, we actually go above IDR. So I'm expecting now price to come back down. So I put my order on IDR low. Okay, I'm good there. This is around 12:30 lunchtime, so we know we're gonna get some movement. Now this one was close, right? So this was 44.82, and my stop loss was at 42.87. All right, and because that's my 5 points. Now I actually got here. 42.87 is right here, so you can see how close I got to being stopped out. Actually was 3 ticks. All right, so $75 away from being stopped out. So luckily we didn't. Price came back up to this buy side that we had taken out earlier, and then it starts rejecting. And so this was a really nice rejection here. So I got in here at 44.82, and I took this down, moved my stop loss down, moved my take profit down, and actually ended up with about 10 points here, because 10 points was right here on this IDR low. So I was like, okay, well, that's a good spot. And I also was, I left the office early today, like I said. And so I was like, well, I don't want to have this, kind of hanging over my head while I'm driving. So let me just take my 10 points here. So a really good, easy, nice trade there on the reversal from the morning. And so when I got home, I didn't get home till almost 3 o'clock. So I missed all of this other stuff here. But if you look at this, we can talk about, here's another trade you could have taken, right? On that IDR low, when it comes below that, or when it goes above that, you can actually put the order here, and then you had a couple points of heat, but nothing major. And then here's another. If I move this, you can see there's a whole other another leg down that you could have taken. So that's why I said I left 10 points on the table. Again, trust me, not upset about that at all. So that's 44.71. They went all the way down to 44.50, 55. So what's that? Almost 15 points. So that was a whole nother leg that could have been taken. But for what I did today, this was again an easy. And I always say easy, but it's not easy. It's just following the rules, right? That's why I preach all the time. If you follow the rules, you're gonna win 80% of the time, because that's just how. To me, that's how this strategy is set up for. If I follow my rules and I'm, and my risk tolerance is where it needs to be, then I don't have to worry about, taking huge losses. I might take my regular loss, right? If I lose 5 points, then I'm pretty sure at some point I'm going to make those 5 points up, or if not more. And that's just kind of how, how it works for me, right? So, again, a relatively easy day if you follow the rules. Nothing to really sweat about. Except for that one trade up here where it almost took me out. But again, I was following the rules, right? So let it play itself out, see what happens. But that's it. Gentlemen, have a phenomenal Father's Day. For those who celebrate Juneteenth, have a great Juneteenth day. I love how they're now we have Juneteenth to go against for all the fathers out there. So heard a lot of Juneteenth commercials. I haven't heard anything about Father's Day. So we'll see if I get some socks. All right. Anyway, no, but happy Father's Day to the gentlemen out, to the men out there. Happy Juneteenth, everyone. Really important holiday. Again, markets closed on Monday. Not sure about the futures market. Normally it's not closed, but not sure at all about that one. But anyway, that's it. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the family. Kiss the kids, kiss the wife. Make sure you tell everybody you love them. You never know what could happen. So, all right. God bless. We'll see you.